Well, I'm glad y'all found your way back to the Chuck Graham Show, and it is Friday morning, about I don't know, 5 o'clock, 5:30, something of that nature. Got my hair going on, yeah. At least I still got hair. I just want to talk about the corruption in our government. It's horrible. I mean, look at what they're doing to Donald Trump. Look at Maine. Look at the Secretary of State in Maine, who is an appointed position. I'm not sure if they can fire her or if she has to be impeached or any of that, but she's catching so much flack from her own U.S. senators and congressmen that are Democrats for taking him off the ballot, which has been stayed until the end. I mean, until the Colorado case works its way through the Supreme Court. I think this is all a farce. He hadn't even been charged with insurrection, but they're so corrupt that they don't even care. They don't even care that we see the corruption. The whole reason that I'm voting for Donald Trump is because they came after him. I'm gonna rally. I don't like what Trump did with the pandemic and the so-called vaccine. I don't agree with that at all. I think he was a fucking idiot for doing that shit. Right? I'm not a stooge. I don't agree with everything that man says, but I think he's the best president we've had in a long, long time. And he did some great things while he was there. And he changed a lot of things. And I think he made a mistake shutting down or leaving it up to the states. He made a serious mistake. You don't quarantine the healthy, and you don't shut down governments or people's way of life. It destroyed my company. I had to rebuild it. Didn't qualify for the PPP. I told my wife, I said, you take that. Yeah, you take it. Yeah, IRS sends out a letter that everybody that took PPP is getting audited. Not that I care about audited. It's just the thing is, it didn't qualify for it. And there are people going to jail, have already went to jail, that didn't qualify for it, but took it and then bought a house or a yacht or did this or, fucked around with your taxpayer money. But the point being is this. The corruption is so bad in our government today that they don't even care that you see it. So what do? Well, you get out and vote. In that last election that I was in, 30% of registered voters voted. That is fucked up. Get your lazy ass up and go vote. I think that here's what I think that they should do. I think that if you own property, or no, forget property. I think that they should give you 25% off your car tag cost if you can show, or if it's in the system, that you voted consistently every single election. I think you should because people don't want to do shit without getting compensated for it. So give them 25% off their car tag. I think it. I really do. But the Democrats, they don't want that. The more people show up to vote, the more this dynamic changes. Folks, it matters. Let me tell you a little secret. Your vote fucking matters. Okay? There was a race going into my county where there was a supervisor race. The supervisor incumbent that had been there for years lost by 7 votes. 7 votes. He had family member that didn't vote for his ass that would have put him over the top. So if you don't think your vote matters, trust me, there are elections so damn close. 7. I would much rather lose by a big margin than 7. 7 is you going back home going, shit. If I'd have just picked up the phone, called 7 damn people. I mean, that's horrible to lose by that much. So if you don't think your vote matters, it does. And you need to get your ass out and vote. But the fact of the matter is that we're in a society today that just doesn't. They don't care. They really don't care that we can see the corruption and we can see what they're doing. J6, don't give you all the footage. Says, oh, it's national security. No, it doesn't fit with their narrative. That's why they had to let the bullhorn guy out of jail. It didn't fit with their narrative. Once they showed the cops just, escorting him around the damn Capitol, letting him indoors, unlocking doors for him, they had to let him out. But yet Ray Epps. What about Ray Epps? What, a misdemeanor? No jail time? A little bit of probation? After all that stuff's over with, what they're going to do? Yeah, I'll tell you what they're going to do. They're going to expunge it, and they'll forget about him because he was an informant. I'm to the point now that I just think they ought to get rid of all the three-letter agencies and put everything on the U.S. Marshal Service. They're the oldest federal law enforcement agency in existence. So why not? I'll tell you why not. Because every time we have a crisis, we end up having more government power. That's their answer to everything, more government. Add an agency, Homeland Security, this agency, that agency, hundreds of thousands of employees. Let me tell you something, that's not a benefit, that is a deficit. You're not creating jobs when you create government jobs. You're creating a deficit. You're creating an expense for our government. And I don't know who the Yahoo was, and I hadn't researched it, when they gave the federal government and the IRS the power for employment tax in our Constitution. But they didn't put a fucking cap on it. Okay, you got the power to do it. Didn't put a cap on it. They could have said, okay, you can do 25%. That's it. That's the cap. Can't do no more than that. But they didn't do that. And, then we end up with, all this overreach. I know I'm ranting here today, but it's just the corruption is just horrible. And the fact is you have so much overreach. Look at the ATF going door to door for bump stocks and all kinds of things that they've got some cases up at the Supreme Court now that's going to be decided. But the Supreme Court does this weird thing that they always make a ruling, unless it's gay marriage, then everybody has to comply with it. But the point being is they always make these rules that leave a door open. They won't just close it down, like the Brune decision. That should be okay. But they always leave a language in there that allows the damn states to go back, make some more legislation that is contrary to the Brune decision because they don't care or they hadn't read it. But the Brune decision will leave this language in there that allows for it. Why not just cut it off at its knees? Make a damn decision. Say, no, you can't do that. It's rare to find case law that says, no, you can't do that. And then sometimes, your trial court judges, they'll turn around and go, well, in this particular incident, it really doesn't apply. Well, yeah, it does. And when someone appeals, you're gonna lose it on appeal, or it's gonna be reversed on appeal, not lose it. But anyway, like the ATF, like I was saying about the ATF, going door to door with some sort of trigger mechanisms and bump stocks and all that, and people buying these things and then they knocking on your door. I'll say this in closing because I've ranted enough. But the Fifth Amendment's basic function is so that innocent men don't get ensnared by ambiguous circumstances. Ohio v. Rayner, 2013, U.S. Supreme Court. Just because you remain silent can in no way, even remotely, be construed that you're a guilty person. Again, it's for innocent men. Because you have one way to stop the government from sticking a plunger up your ass, and they have 1,000 ways and 1,000 different plungers to stick it up your ass. And your only way to keep them from doing it is to shut the hell up. And I see all these auditors online. I don't answer questions. But you talk like a schoolgirl chatting with her damn girlfriends. When you tell the police I'm not talking to you, then shut the fuck up and don't talk to them, regardless of what they say. Fuck them. They want to take you down, let them take you down. You don't have to talk to them. It just adds more to the damn lawsuits. Because I can guarantee you, if they came to talk to me and I told them to fuck off and they took me into custody, then as soon as I bonded out, there'd be a federal lawsuit filed. And I would pro se the hell out of that bitch and have a lot of fun with it. The point being is this. You have one way to stop them from fucking with you. And that one way is shut up. So, with that said, remember, go look it up. Ohio v. Rayner. It's a great read. So, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm glad you stuck around to listen to my rant. If you learned something today, it probably was by accident. So, God bless everyone. Stay classy.